Well, what you've got is a unique situation. She's coming off an ACL injury, okay, that um, has kept her off the court a little bit. She played in France at Bourges last year. Now she's playing in the Super League in Russia with Spartak, which is Lauren Jackson and Diana Taurasi's team that competes often against Becky and against Ann and Edwidge and within that league. But what we saw was for a 19-year-old a huge upside, that we could play to at some point. We don't know exactly when she'll come to this league. But when she comes to this league, what she'll bring is kind of an understanding of how to play at a young age, a lot of maturity about basketball, but at the same time, some really definable skills for a big guard. Very definable. I mean, she handles the ball well. She's got the ability to shoot. She moves with kind of the pictures I have in my mind of kind of an active player in that regard. And so we just love the upside of this pick. And was one of the top two that we targeted for that situation, and so we're glad it worked out. Now there's a couple ways that we can handle Ann's situation. We will probably choose to handle Ann's situation to not actually sign her until a later date. Ann's commitment and our commitment is exactly the same, but in not necessarily signing Ann to a contract early or at this very moment right now, it will allow us to sign 11 players for the early part of the season. And then we will, at that point when Ann joins us, and we will have to make a roster move to cut down one at that point. And but what it allows us to do is work with an additional player during that period. And we haven't made a final decision, but we probably will choose to sign 11 players, and then at Ann's arrival at that moment, then sign her prior to that. Because Ann has made a commitment, we've made a commitment. We know we're going to join each other, and we'll probably put the contract in the works at that point, more closer to that arrival. Well, I think when you look at Megan, what Megan, we'll talk about her first. Megan brings, when people see her, they will be amazed at the pro body she brings. She's a very strong 6'3" player. She has the ability, I think, to battle those larger guards, for example, at the three position well, much like Aaron can do. It gives us another player that can do that. She also has incredible perimeter ability from the standpoint of catch and shooting. Tolliver and her probably were the two best in the entire draft. She has some amazing ability. So she'll be able at the post position to give us a different look. You put her on the floor with Sophia Young, who does so many athletic things from the face-up or from the driving. It's going to spread the floor. If you're guarding Megan and you leave her alone at the three-point line, she is going to be deadly. She's going to be absolutely deadly. But at the same time, she can match up in some situations with some bigger players inside and allow Sophia maybe to guard some of the mobile people, because Sophia has really grown in the ability of who we ask her to guard. So it gives us a lot of flexibility. She also could play some 4. She could play some 3. And we wanted that versatility within it. And lastly, when people meet her, they'll understand the chemistry of the type of player and person that Megan is. It's a pretty direct fit to this basketball team.
Two things for me initially. The James Gang photo looks like it paid off again, according to your draft board.
Let me bring it over.
No, I'll follow you.
Come over here. All right. Every draft, you got to. I mean, I have a little superstition. James Gang. This is my friend Jimmy right here. You can see Jimmy. But every draft, I've always had he's a fan of our basketball team, constantly emails me. He's been a friend of mine for years, since my time in Cleveland. But I've always had some memorabilia. I have a picture here. I had a shirt somewhere. I had a CD one year. It kind of it's my good luck charm. And it's worked pretty nice when you look back, starting with the Sophia and Shauna year draft into the Becky year, and last year into the Ann and Mo and that group. And so it's always been a little hidden secret to our success, just a little good luck charm, and now it's out there for the world to see.
And second, little did I know, I was asked before the draft who I liked, and I said Candace. Didn't know she was on your board. Does that just mean we're on the same wavelength here, or
we're about
do I have a career maybe in player personnel?
Oh, I think you think you do. No, I think it's just that chemistry thing. Because isn't it interesting that we have the last pick of the draft, but yet one of our 20, we had really defined the draft, and we liked a lot of players, but we felt there were 20 players that fit our situation. You know, either from the extreme talent they have or the need that they brought to our situation. Candace was the one player remaining out of our 20 at that situation, and you know, as I told Candace when I called her, when you get into camp, it doesn't matter where you're drafted. It matters a lot how you perform and play. So we're real happy to have her. I thought she was an integral piece to Louisville putting themselves in the final game. And I think it's only fitting that she joins that. And it's not lost on me. Sometimes this pick there's some irony to the last pick in the draft. Sometimes they work out pretty well for teams as you look back through the years. So we'll certainly give Candace that opportunity as well.